So our featured reader tonight is Leah Umansky, who is a poet, Anglophile, collage artist, and teacher in New York City. She has her MFA in poetry from Sarah Lawrence College, and her poems have been published in such journals as Borough Street, Catch Up, and Ping Pong, and also poetry. It's forthcoming. I read that bio from her brand new book, Domestic Uncertainties. She designed, she collaged the front as well. Please give a big Rochester welcome. She came all the way from New York City. Put your hands together for Leah Umansky!
Domestic Uncertainties is sort of a memoir of poetry about my marriage and my divorce. And it's a lot of the poems are based on works of literature like Wuthering Heights, which is what the first poem is based on, so I'm going to start with that. What literature teaches us about love. How long does Heathcliff wait before he storms through Linton's door? And how long does it take him to learn the words she wants him to learn the habits Kathy wants him to acquire? How long does it take him to adapt to silk and satin, to grow adept to words like master and sir and certainly? And he does this for her, and for love, and for passion, and for truth, and for beauty. And he does this for her, for all the things she wants in a life. He does this for her, he does this for her, and he does this for her. He does this for him, too. For when he finally gets behind that glass door, he will need this love. When he finally gets beyond that door, he will learn that she is not his, and what he thought was just a new name, an appendix, a footnote, a seal, is more than a name. It is an anchor to the world. And then she crashes and is lost in the gasp of the night. He faces the bleak, and this is good enough for him, this life and love after death, because this all goes on beyond the grave. And after death there is no heart, and after death there is no unknowing for what could have been. There's only what is, and there's only what has, and love, always love. The art of unloving. Unfolding is a lot like undressing, which is a lot like unearthing something precious. It is the same as fire sparking red or blue. Red unfolds the blue at the bottom of the flame, which unfolds the smell of what? Carbon? Into the air. Never mind the definitions, the logic or schemas. Linguistically or not, the art of unfolding can be studied like prefixes and suffixes. Let us look at love. We humans love other humans, and sure, pets too, places even, but that emotion has a name, and its name is love. We also unlove the way we can unitalicize a word, and what do you know, that word is unitalicized. It's the same with indention. We can unindent a word, so why not unemotionalize the word, or the whole story? If we came to love, surely we could come to unlove. It's sort of the same as unfolding. When we fold, we make something neat and compact, but we also close it down, don't we? In the act of unfolding, we expand the thing, the truth, or the story of the thing. When I said I loved you, folded in that love in a small parchmented tuft was my ability to unlove. Like my ability to unclean this for you, uncover this for you, unlight this for you. Read the smoke signs, decipher soot. Transrelation 1. We don't have the familiar in English, so let us not be familiar. We don't know each other anymore. No universals will lie in these universes. We'll fragment the story, water it down. Does this help? All you have said never was. Poof. The truth can be distorted. History can be shaded. Imagine this as a tableau. All is frozen. We are allegoried. Another male, another female, all organs, all breath, all wonderfully sure. There is always a predecessor, a stretched out lie, a triptych implication, and, well, love. 2. You handed it all to me. The man said to place the paper in my hand. He said I was to receive it. No lifting, no heaving, no quick gestures. I was to be plain, dormant. You did your part, you did, and it was deliciously free, and it was still steamy in my palm. You see, this is a study in motion. You moved, I levitated. I didn't mean to open wounds. Every story is another story, another tainted tale, a ridiculous fable, a heightened anecdote, a marriage of words. Now, tell me the real story. Jump back a few years. When did this all fall apart for you? Try to communicate. Stick to the truth and stay there. Stick to the truth and then stick it. Not every story is worth its words. I have this little chaplet coming out in January called Dawn Dreams and I Dream, and it's based on Mad Men, which is something I didn't see coming. So I'm going to read some poems from that. The Times. When Dawn puts on the Revolver LP, it is like I'm back in my childhood bedroom, asserting that it is not the 1990s. When the Beatles terrorized his penthouse apartment, I wish I could sit on his lap and sing to him. Dawn says having a dream is admirable. He can drink all he wants as long as when And Your Bird Can Sing comes on, he promises to dance. Whiskey could do the trick. Those Drapers are pretty predictable. Drapers do whatever they want. Even if Don is an ideas man, he knows better than to say no to a woman. Don says, I was raised in the 30s. My dream was indoor plumbing. Megan says, Don, you're everything I dreamed you'd be and more. Let's not talk about my dreams. I thought I'd hate Don, like everyone else, but I don't. I long for him the way kids long for the turning of the ice cream man. Sure, he's troubled like the rest of them, but beneath that designer suit is a good, strong man. He's a warrior. He treats Joan like she came out of that goddamn Trojan horse, with the soldiers, all women, all beauty, and all power hungry as hell. She's everything a man is and more. Don can't plead with Joan. She's a woman who's ready to kill her darlings. I know advertising is based on moments, but so is life. Don has changed this moment for me. When Don falls asleep on Peggy's lap, you can feel the continents shift. He almost tells her she's beautiful, but he doesn't, which is good because she doesn't need that from him. When her number's called, she gets gone. When she gives her notice, he takes her hand like she is royalty. He is tender and sensual. It is almost erotic in the way he lingers there in the twilight of her moment. She is rejecting him, and he won't let go of her hand. She feels his lips not on her face, but on the top of her hand, her fingers and her nails. He's proud of her. She's her own glory now. She's got the guns and the ammo. But inside, I bet he's thinking, I've created a monster. Peggy resists all the cliches and wraps herself in strength. She takes Don on in a way that children learn how to fight back tears. This is tough love at its finest. It's a man's world, but not for all of us. I'll read maybe two more. Don dreams and I dream. So, Don dreamt he was an angel. It's sweet. I've dreamt about motherhood. So what? Now. It feels all downtrodden. I wish I knew the crested. I wish I knew what made the light twitch, what brings the light to the moon so I can carry it inside and know there is glory in the in-between. That there's something here to be sought or sought after, something to be stared down beautiful. I dreamt I was an angel. When a man walks into a room, he brings his whole life with him. I bring golden corn husks, green apples, and dung. I want to dream an idea that is birthed through a carnival's sawdust floor. I want to dream you and let you ride into the night, all shaky hinges and crated screams. I want you to Ferris over to me, obliged to gravity. I want your fall to be planned. Do you even want that kind of attention? I want the aftermath, that germinating. I won't let go of this. I won't let you. All that is stark and beautiful is dead. It is untroubling that evidence suggests need. In these days, something needs to be covered. The formulated sprawling is near. The farther night is, how should I begin? I cannot unbracelet the sprawling of men. The evidence suggests need. Yet the night still gathers, needs. The watch still gathers, and in the shadows there is need. And in what is pinned and what is writhing is need. The evidence suggests need, but she needs not. Even greatness flickers. I have known what is meant and bidden, what is caked and afeared. Let me offer this. The untroubling will be near. An evening traced is faint, snow and drift, restless. The long peaceful is restless. The long peaceful is measured in what is known. You know. Jon Snow says, I know some things, and I know he knows. But Lady Stark is so stark and beautiful and dead. And 100 visions I would have had and held and had and held. There will be time for murder to start a swell. Someone will be thrown. The winter has fallen. The winter has felled. Wolf.